Hello everyone, it's me, and I am back for yet another video. These antidepressants are like taking every bit of moisture out of my mouth, so hold on. You got it, dude. I should start this video over. Hello everyone, oh my god, it's me, and I'm back again for yet another video. So, I wanted to tell you this story, but now I'm getting really weirded out because there's a weird ass shadow on my face, and I don't know how to fix it. Is it distracting or is it sexy? Ooh, I like that. I kind of do, for real. I can't film a whole video like that. That's totally ludicrous. And no, I don't mean the rapper. So let me that's better, I guess, but not really. The sun's really bright going down. And I'm actually temporarily blinded right now because I just looked out the window and now I'm doing it again and I'm stop it. And now my phone's ringing. Hello? Yeah. No, I'm happy with it. Yeah. Don't put me on the do not call list because I'm not doing this again. You called me you've been listen. Telemarketers, man. I'm pissed off and I don't know. I've got to fix this. I'll be right back. I hope that's better. So, when I was in the 4th grade, we had a new girl. This sounds like the story I've already told, but it's totally different. So, we started the 4th grade, and there were new kids, how new kids start with the school year, I guess. But there was this new girl that I'd never seen before. Her name was Holly, and Holly was, she was different and unique, and I really, even as a child, I was drawn to people that were different and unique, and I've always valued that so much in people, and I still do. And if you're different, you and me are the same, because I'm totally different than, one of your normals. And the thing is, when I was young and an adolescent and a teen, I wanted to be just normal, like everybody else. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of realized that I don't ever want to be like anybody else, because it would be no fun at all, because there's so many boring ass people, and that's all I'm gonna say. So there was this new girl named Holly, and Holly, you guys, she had body odor, and I know I've already told a story like this, but that was somebody else. We had 2 stinky asses, and one of them was Holly. And now Holly was poor, you guys. She had this long red hair like this, and when your hair's wavy or curly and you don't really take care of it that often, you really shouldn't get bangs, because if you cut your bangs like this when your hair's wavy or curly, they're gonna go and it's just not gonna look that great unless you're going for that look. And if you are, you do you know what you like and how you like to look, so do it. Don't let some asshole like me tell you how to do your hair, okay? Get it, girl. So, what the fuck? So, Holly was poor, you guys, and I'm not making fun of this, but this is gonna sound really awful. One day, my dad and I were out for a drive, and sometimes we would drive, through the town, and sometimes we would drive through the bad neighborhoods just to look. I don't know. It's one of those weird things that, you kind of forget, and then you just suddenly remember, what? What was that all about? But one day we're on a drive, and I like look, and Holly's in this yard in front of an old broken down house, and she's just playing, and she's having the time of her life. And I was like, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, she was poor. And one day she actually came to school, and she was talking about how she didn't have enough food. And this is not something that I'm joking about, because a lot of people have food insecurities where they do not have enough food or money for food. So they either go hungry, or they don't have enough food to, not be hungry after they've eaten. And that's something that is, it's awful. And I would give her food, and things like that. And I just felt so bad for her, and I cared so much for her as a friend. She was really into the Spice Girls, and she was very funny and things like that. But a lot of people didn't really like her because, she was poor. And I just thought that that was very, it was wrong. And I have never put up with shit like that. I'm gonna tell you a story within a story. One day, Holly's dad, who was a very poor man, they didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. That right there, that's an example of a cliche. And when you are telling a story or you are writing a story, avoid the cliches because they're bad, because you've already heard it. And holy shit, there's another shadow on my face. I'm gonna have to adjust. So Holly's dad is out, he's doing a job or something, trying to earn some money for his family. And he's like in like this muddy area, this is how she told the story anyway. It was a muddy area, and he saw something, sticking up out of the ground, like a box. So he walks over to it, and he like pulls it out of the ground, and it is 2 boxes, and in each box are dolls. Okay, so they're like they're not like fashion dolls. I actually have a fashion doll handy. This is a fashion doll, and it's a Mary Kate or Ashley doll. I forget which one they are. Like a souvenir doll, if you are familiar with what that is. You would go places, and they would have little souvenir shops, and they would typically have these souvenir dolls. They're very cheap, and they're primarily just plastic with fabric clothing that is not actually sewn. It's just glued onto the plastic body, and then the hair, it will also be glued on. So it's like that. You can totally Google what is a souvenir doll, and that's what it is. Exactly. For a while, I actually collected souvenir dolls, and I had this one that was like an Indian boy, and he had like a papoose. I get those words confused because there's a papusa, and it's like a food, and it always makes me think of a dirty thing, so I'm not, but it had a papoose, and it was just the cutest thing that I've ever seen. And back to my story. So Holly's dad rescues these dolls, and he's like, oh, I have 2 daughters, and they would love these dolls, but they're probably filthy from being in the ground. But he opens the boxes, and luckily the dolls are in perfect condition. He's just so happy and excited that he's going to be able to give these dolls to his 2 girls, one of them being Holly, and the other one being Holly's slightly younger sister. And, he was really happy that he was going to be able to give these girls these dolls, because, as I've said, and I feel like I'm just reeling it in, but they did not have a lot of money. So, things like gifts and, impulse buys and, just because gifts and things like that, it wasn't like a thing that they were able to do because they just didn't have the money. And he gives these dolls to his kids, and it's just like the best thing that, you could have ever imagined. That's how these girls felt about these dolls. And Holly brought this doll to school the very next day, and she got up in front of the whole class and told that story and showed the doll. And, I'm not a cynic. Yeah, I am. I try not to be cynical or things like that, but it really broke my heart, even as a young child, that, it just broke my heart to hear this story. But at the same time, I was happy that she had this doll that she loved so much, but I was so sad from hearing that story, like something so small to a lot of people would be so big and meaningful and impactful for her. So that's the story of Holly telling the class that she found a doll, and people laughed at her for that, and it just pissed me off. Little Miss Poor Holly. She wouldn't be poor much longer. So, this is where the story takes this cringe friction, or, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it takes a fucking turn right here. And I'm sorry if you don't like the word F. I don't either. But I like it a lot, even though I don't. I just don't say it a lot because it makes you look low class and stupid and find better words. But this story is gonna take a total freaking spin. Holly comes to class one day, and she goes in front of the class. Like, girl, have you not had enough punishment? What the heck? Oh, son of a cracker. I just broke this freaking lampshade. And this is my Nate Berkus lamp. Thanks a lot. And I totally bought it because I wanted to do them at one point in time. But now I have just broken it, so I have to get up and fix this lamp because I can't film a video like this. I don't know if I can even fix it. I'll be right back. Holly gets in front of the class and she tells the story. She says that her dad, out of money. He was out of money. They had just $2 in her dad's wallet, okay, you guys? So, they're totally fucking toasted. It's the end of the month, and all he has is $2. And he goes to the gas station to get, I think it was a thing of chocolate milk. And he had $1 after that chocolate milk. And he's like, damn, this dollar is not gonna go very far because, there wasn't a Dollar Tree back then, I don't think anyway. So what are you gonna do with the dollar? He said, give me one of those Powerballs. So he got a Powerball ticket. That night, they won $4 million in the lottery. True story, I swear to you, they won $4 million. And she came into class, she told that story, and, some people were like, I don't believe this. Like, poor ass, stinky ass Holly won the lottery? I don't think so. But I swear to you, she won. Her family won the lottery. And I was just so excited and happy for this girl because, she was a very special girl. And coming from what she came from, of course you can do as much as you possibly can to elevate yourself and to try to pull yourself out of that and to break the cycle of poverty. But it's extremely difficult, and some people find that it is nearly impossible. So she finally had this way out, like the whole family, had this way out to create a better life. And I was really happy, and Holly got new clothes and all this, and you'd be really surprised, or probably not, because you have probably understood how people can be now, that all the people that disliked Holly because she was different or weird or poor or smelled, suddenly they liked her and they wanted to be her friend. But you know what? The whole thing of winning all this money, it did not change Holly or her family one bit. They remained these very down-to-earth, very loving and friendly people, and Holly would come to school and she'd buy all of her friends juices and donuts and all things like that. And it's actually really interesting because shortly after they had won the lottery, they left that dump of a house and they moved right across the street from my grandma's house, and the rest was total history. Did you hear that when my hand just hit the table? Or am I gonna have to edit that out? I don't think so. So, I don't know if my story was anticlimactic or not, because that whole lamp thing totally threw me off, and I tried to fix it, but now it's like this, and I don't know how to. I feel like if I do it again, it's gonna break even further. They don't make things like they used to. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. If it totally sucked to you in your eyes, I just want to say that I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for making a horrible, stupid video. And I also want to add that if you are just now tuning into me, please think about subscribing. And if you already are a subscriber, please share my videos with your coworkers and help grow my channel and get my name out there. I will see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching me and for saying we like you, because I like you too. Bye.